Right, we're live. Hi guys, welcome to Tom and Harry, SMMA podcast, digital marketing podcast. We're back. Harry probably knows what this video is going to be. Sometimes he doesn't, I just spring it on him. This video is going to be 10 minutes long. Harry, set the timer. If you've seen the thumbnail already, you'll understand this is about the aches and pains we get in sales calls and how to deal with and overcome the objections. Things like, oh, you're too expensive. Or things like, have you got any testimonials that I can look at? All the shit that stops people actually taking action and working with you. Me and Harry are just going to shoot the shit and talk about how you can actually overcome them. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Harry.
Love it. I want to tackle the biggest objection, mate, which is price. And we can do like, I think we should do like a role play thing at the end, but I think the price objection I want to handle like on its own accord. Because I think price, I think there's a few objections that fall into the category of once you've got that objection, you've kind of already failed. In my view, mate, you might disagree, but I think like there's certain objections.
Explain what that means then.
So I think like there's certain objections that if they've asked that question, you've already made a mistake previously that you like you've caused that.
You've caused that problem, yeah.
Which is therefore quite hard to overcome. And I think price is one of them. Price can get overcome, but to a point. If they're like drastically like no, then you're fucked. But I think price is one of those things, and I use the example all of the time with someone came to us and said, Harry, I've was a referral to our agency from another agency. Won't mention his name. He came to us and said, Tom, Harry, I've got a client here who wants help with his marketing. I've quoted him £1,000 previously. He said it was too expensive. I now think on reflection of giving him that proposal that I'm not qualified to do that job. He said, remember, he said £1,000 a month was too expensive. We got on a meeting with him and we quoted him £3,000 a month and he was willing to accept it. So what that tells us, and this is the same with anyone who says they can't afford it. Obviously, some people genuinely can't afford it, but like they can't afford it. It's not.
This is a client we actually didn't want to work with in the end.
I know, yeah. So we ended up turning him away because it was just going to be a faff.
Yeah, we did.
So
sorry,
mate. You throw me off there, mate. So what I want to say was, it's not that they can't afford it. It's that they don't see the value in paying that. Because if they did see the value in paying it and they understood it, then they can afford it because they're going to get money back. It's an investment rather than an expense. So I think it's stuff like that where if you've not explained your services in the correct way and you've given a price, it's difficult to overcome that because you then really need to explain your whole service again because they've not understood what you've told them. Because if they're not willing to pay £2,000 a month or £3,000 a month like we quote them, we wouldn't have quoted that unless it was worth that. We don't pluck things out of thin air. We know that that's a fair price for what we're quoting. So if they're saying it's too expensive, it means they've not understood. They've not understood the potential of what that does for their business.
So here's the thing, right? And there's a guy who I watch a lot of content on sales techniques. Like I was a sales coach and stuff back in the day. So I've been there and done it, and I'm much older than you think I am. So I've been around the block, you know? So here's the thing about objections. When you have an objection about your service, you need to isolate that objection as quick as possible. You really need to get to the fucking root of it and get it done. So what do I mean by isolating objection? Like if you're listening to this, you need to figure out what the objection is and just ensure that is that the only one, basically. So when you deliver your information, you can go through your presentation and talk, and it shouldn't be a hard-hitting presentation. It should be an open conversation about what you can do for that person, right? If they get to the point and they go, well, you know, yeah, I'm not sure. You go, okay, well, what is it exactly that is stopping you like doing this? Tell me in a nutshell what it is. And they will go, well, I think it's just too much of a stretch on price. Okay, so other than price, is there anything else that is stopping you? No, it's just really about the price. Fine. What you've done there, you've isolated the objection. There could have been 50 objections that they're all thinking about, and you're picking them off one by one. It's taking you fucking 16, 20 days to get through it all. You know, what I'm talking about is get to the one. You just want them to admit there's only one thing that's stopping me. Yes, price. Or it's the fact that you've got no testimonials. I'm a bit concerned about it. Okay, but other than that one thing, is there anything else that's stopping you apart from the fact I haven't got any testimonials? No, that would be it. Great. So you're isolating it. That's it.
Yeah.
You take one side and you can now deal with that objection. So then, like Harry says, if you've got to the point where they've got a ton of concerns, rather than objections, call them concerns, then you do have to look, if this isn't reoccurring a lot, you have to look at the way you're actually relaying the information to the client. If it's a one-off and actually you don't get as many objections all the time, and this is quite unique, like we have it, you know, we're not going to fucking blow smoke around people. We get people who don't want to work with us, or they think we're expensive. We get objections, like every business gets sales objections. Everyone does, doesn't it, mate? Like
we signed a client last week, and one of their main there was a company in Ireland, and lots of our testimonials are for clients in England. And one of her main objections was like, right, your testimonials are great because we run them through what we did for them and stuff like that. And she said, well, is that going to work for us in Ireland? And it's like they were basically saying, do these strategies work for that new location? So it's like and that was an objection we've never had before. So like even now, 5 years in, we're receiving objections that we've never had before.
And actually, when you ask them the question, like, okay, other than the fact that you think Ireland could be a problem because it's a smaller demographic and stuff, like, is there anything else that is stopping us? Because we are kind of ready to go.
Yeah.
And they said something, they did say one other thing, didn't they? Which I don't think it was worth saying. Yeah, it's probably not worth us saying on here. But they gave us one other thing, like, oh, actually, we're a bit nervy about this, or
oh yeah,
I think it was
yeah.
They hadn't done this. It wasn't about the price. They were just like, we haven't done this before. This is kind of, we're a bit nervous about working with a marketing agency. It was that bit, and we addressed it straight away. And we actually won it.
Yeah.
But it isn't like we do get, people need to understand this. We do get it in terms of, right. So that's a bit about handling. What are we on the timer, by the way, mate?
3 minutes 20 left.
3 minutes 20. Okay. So the other thing is, how do you, when you do get an objection, say it is price, it's then really like, how are you handling that? Are you just going to go, okay, fine, $1,000, $500? What do you want to pay? I'll just pay it and I'll deal with it,
Yeah.
you know, type down. So it's really clear to how do you handle it? So once you've isolated the objection, how are you actually handling it? And there is a technique, which I think I will, like, we teach it in our academy.
Just state it briefly.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to give it away for free because there's no harm in it. For those who are like, for those who are interested, we do offer a mentorship and an academy that has quite a heavy sales section in it. To really, if you don't even know about sales, you can actually come away like pretty fucking knowledgeable and make you win clients. There's a point in there in the training which is called the 3R technique, and that is dealing with an objection. So you could say, hey, and let's take it out of the business. Let's make it fun, right? Hey, Harry, do you want to go to the pub Friday night?
Wait, no, I'll ask you, Tom, do you want to go to the pub Friday night?
Well, that means you've got to handle the objection.
Oh wait, yeah, sorry. No, I don't want to go to the pub.
Okay, so let's start that again because Harry's fucked it up. Do it again. Okay. Harry, do you want to go to the pub on Friday night?
No, mate, I don't, because you've done this to me.
Okay. He doesn't want to go to the pub, right? So that's an objection. I need to handle that. So, okay, Harry, let me just ask, why not? Why not, mate? Because we have been before. Why don't you want to go?
I just can't be bothered to be hungover the next day.
So is that the only reason you won't come to the pub?
Yeah, just can't be bothered to be hungover the next day.
Okay. So I've isolated. So I now know it's the fact that he's going to be hungover. So I would then probe it and be like, look, I understand you didn't want to go out tonight to the pub, but mate, I'm not in town very often, and I haven't seen you for 3 months, and I'm fucking desperate for a beer, maybe a glass of wine, and get even fucking more dangerous and take on a few vodka Red Bulls, and I need some time off, and I really want to spend time with you, mate. I haven't seen you for ages. You don't have to go crazy. Just have one. Come out and have one, and we'll just go and have a good time.
Yeah, fine. You convinced me.
Right. So what I'm doing there is a technique, and that is repeating the issue. So repeat the problem. So I will say to him, I understand you don't want to come out tomorrow night. So that shows I've listened. So you're too expensive. Okay, I understand that you think cost is an issue. I've got fucking 50 seconds left. So you repeat. So the 3R technique, just to sum up, is repeat, reassure, resume, in that order. So repeat the problem. He doesn't want to come out. Okay, look, I understand you don't want to come out. Reassure them. That's the second point. So look, but I'm in town. I want a drink. It's not all about you, selfish fucker, and I want to go out for a drink, and just
Yeah.
have one, and then resume like nothing's ever happened. So you carry on and just be like, so what time am I picking you up?
Yeah.
Like, when are we going out? Because I know you want to come out really. So when are we going out?
Yeah.
Repeat, reassure, reassume, 3R technique. It works for every objection you could possibly have. Where it's going to the pub. No, you're too expensive. No, you don't have testimonials. Why don't you have testimonials? I understand the testimonials. I'm this. Come on, let's do this. I trust myself and I trust your brand. I want to work with you. Let's go. We teach it in a lot more detail. Believe me, in the academy, we go into major detail about it, and it really does. It's kind of flawless, really.
Yeah.
But there we go.
Yeah, that's that, mate. Fantastic video. Enjoyed that one.
People need to comment that you have that you're alive and well.
Yeah. Now, let us know what you liked, guys. Let us know what objections you struggle to handle, and we'll just ping some messages back in the chat. But yeah, please
put in the comments about like what are the things that stop you winning clients. Like, what are the main objections you get? I bet testimonials is a big one for beginners.
Yeah.
I bet this is a big one for everybody. It could be anything.
Yeah, but please subscribe, guys. We massively appreciate you subscribing. Please listen and continue to listen on the podcast, because that grows really nicely as well. And obviously follow us on Instagram, Harry_SMMA, Tom_SMA. All of our links are in the description of the course, the mentorship, the Instagram, and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're back posting, guys. Hope you enjoy these new 10-minute style videos. And yeah, we shall see you tomorrow for tomorrow's video.